Hey, what's happening, everyone? I hope that you guys are having a great afternoon. Thank you so much for being here and for clicking on the video. There are so many places you could have clicked on, and perhaps arguably better. But I appreciate you spending at least a slice of your pie of time with me here as we listen to a little Suzanne Vega. We've only listened to one track from her a very long time ago, and of course that was Luca, which was a fantastic one. And so it's time to return to her with this track, Marlene on the Wall. This is going to be off of her debut studio album released in 1985. A lot of you had suggested this particular track, such as Pascal R. 2005, Rosenfield, Alden 21, Michael Kolb, STN, STPN, WLF, Steppenwolf, David McCall, Kick, John Mavrodis, Dupe Your Flies, and Chris Page. Thank you guys so much for the recommendation. I appreciate that. I had remembered Suzanne Vega, and I just remembered Luca and listening to it and enjoying it. So I went back to find what other tracks you guys had suggested from Miss Vega, and this seemed to be one of the overwhelming ones. So let's go ahead and listen to the track. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go.
Even if I am in love with you, all this to say, what's it to you? Observe the blood, the rose tattoo of the fingerprint on
Great
you
delivery.
from you. Other evidence has shown that you and I are still alone. We skirt around the danger zone and don't talk about it later.
Very nice delivery.
Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all as she records the rise and fall of every soldier passing. But the only soldier now is me. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing. Marlene on the wall.
Very subtle, fiery delivery.
Well, I walked to your house in the afternoon by the butcher shop with a sawdust strewn. Don't give away the goods too soon is what she might have told me. And I tried so hard to resist when you held me in your handsome fist and reminded me of the night we kissed and of why I should be leaving. Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all as she records the rise and fall of every soldier passing. But the only soldier now is me. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing. Marlene on the wall.
Wow. Okay. Genuinely very, very impressed by this.
Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all as she records the rise and fall of every soldier passing. But the only soldier now is me. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing. Marlene on the wall.
A little synth back there.
And even if I am in love with you, all this to say, what's it to you? Observe the blood, the rose tattoo of the fingerprints on me from you. Other evidence has shown that you and I are still alone. We skirt around the danger zone and don't talk about it later. And I tried so hard to resist when you held me in your handsome fist and reminded me of the night we kissed and of why I should be leaving. Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all as she records the rise and fall of every man who's been here. But the only one here now is me. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing, 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 changing. Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all as she records the rise and fall of every soldier passing. But the only soldier now is me. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing. Marlene on the wall.
I think that's a 10 out of 10 song. I think that is perfect. That is so accomplished. The composition of it all, the instrumental technicality is so wonderful to listen to. The actual structure and the way that the band plays around Vega's voice is just perfection. I genuinely think that this is a perfect track. There is so much to love in here, but before I forget, can I say one thing? Her delivery is such a wonderful standout. I love this very fast-paced, kind of seemingly, off-the-cuff kind of delivery that she has, in which she's very direct and yet poetic, very personable, very emotional, very passion-filled, and it comes through really wonderful. The chorus is insanely catchy as well, but something that I want to mention before I forget, and I'm kind of skipping ahead, is that final chorus. So obviously her delivery throughout this whole track is very hurried. It's kind of in a rushed kind of way. And usually in a final chorus of any song, or at least, most songs, the final chorus is like the chorus, but just bumped up. Whether there's an additional instrumentation to lift it up even further, like an orchestra or symphonic elements, some heavier guitar chords, something like uplifting, or, a harsher or more powerful vocal performance. That final chorus is that last hurrah, basically. Here, she does something kind of similar, but I liked the way that she did that last chorus. She pushed it, and this is how I'm hearing it. Her voice didn't necessarily sing louder or more forward or pushing, her vocal cords and going into a higher direction. Her vocals actually just sounded more emotional and more wary and yet enduring forward. There was something a little bit more like with feel that was involved in the way that she performed that final chorus. And even the production, I can't say for sure. The production is very smooth on this track, right? Especially when it comes to the instrumentation. But even the production did her vocal a huge favor in the sense of it didn't sound as clean on that final chorus as maybe the rest of it. And I mean in the slightest and most subtlest of ways. In that it really allowed her, I would say, her true self, her true speaking voice to an extent to kind of come out a little bit. And I mean so little bit. Because when you sing, and this is any singer, a person that sings, that's not how they speak. Your singing voice is different from your speaking voice. And I felt like in that little last chorus there's a little bit of her speaking voice, her true self, basically, that kind of comes out right there. And I just thought that was an incredibly wonderful aspect. All right, now let's back ourselves up and talk about the whole thing. Vega sounds absolutely amazing here. I am stunned. I loved how rapid fire this emotion and the way that she speaks comes out. And the music to boot is incredibly well played as well. You have her playing acoustic guitar, John Gordon, playing electric guitar. And I like those smooth sounds that come up around the music and it kind of inviting a lot of color into the space. The drums are going to be performed by Sue Evans. And if I click on Sue Evans is an American jazz, pop, and classical percussionist and drummer, playing with a lot of acts as well. Billy Cobham, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Philip Glass, Randy Brecker, like a lot of different musicians. And the drumming here actually lends itself perfectly to that jazz training because a lot of jazz music, not all, but a decent amount of jazz drumming, I should say, has a certain intensity that's built into it, but on like a minimalist kind of subtle scale. When you think about how they work on the hi-hats and keeping the beat and everything, there's a lot happening, but it's like simmered, maybe even below simmer. And here, I think that Sue accomplishes that in giving Vega kind of this intense and yet subtle below the simmer kind of rhythm. And I think that just works incredibly well as her delivery, Vega's delivery, kind of acts as this vocal boil, basically. And you can feel that boil eventually begin to rise, as I mentioned, as it gets towards the end. Frank Gavis on the bass guitar, and then C.P. Roth on synth. I love those little touches of synth that you hear in the back, those little chords that rise out, especially around the chorus. Like the atmosphere behind from the band is just really, really well established. And I truly think that this is a perfect song in every respect. It's a really great listen. And the lyrics are really well written as well. All right, let's dive into this. Even if I'm in love with you, all this to say, what's it to you? Observe the blood, the rose tattoo of the fingerprints on me from you. So like the things that this person left on her, the evidence, the blood. right? There's injury of some sort, emotional at least. The rose tattoo, right? Maybe got a tattoo with a rose in remembrance of this person, and now they're gone. So these are like the fingerprints that have been left on her. Other evidence has shown, like she's building a case, other evidence has shown that you and I are still alone. We skirt around the danger zone and don't talk about it later. So there's an issue in the center, and they're still orbiting around that. Marlene watches from the wall. Her mocking smile says it all. As she records the rise and fall, this is a great line, of every soldier passing. But, and I love how this, of course, this quartet of lines ends, of course, the stanza, basically. But then she continues the theme of the last line on the first line. But the only soldier now is me. So there's a continuation in theme. And then there's also the turning it from something impersonal. Marlene, I'm assuming a poster, watching, the soldiers passing. But now coming to something personal. Now the only soldier is me. It's just a writing thing. I'm getting away from the music for a second. It's just the writing thing. It's always 4 lines, right? Everything's in evens for the most part. So you have those first 4 lines that talks about a certain events, Marlene watching, the soldiers, and now continuing that theme but making it personal. It's just very cool how that's done. I'm fighting things I cannot see. I think it's called my destiny that I am changing. Marlene on the wall. Well, I walked to your house in the afternoon by the butcher shop with the sawdust strewn. Don't give away the goods too soon is what she might have told me. I tried so hard to resist when you held me in your handsome fist, and it reminded me of the night we kissed and of why I should be leaving. This is one of those complicated relationships. That's what was the old Facebook status. It's complicated. Chorus repeats. Really wonderful guitar solo. Chorus repeats. And even if I am in love with you, all this to say, what's it to you? Observe the blood, the rose tattoo, the fingerprints on me from you. Lyrics repeat here. The lyrics repeat from here. And like I said, I think that this final chorus shows a certain awareness from the battle that's been fought in this relationship, but also an endurance from the battle that's been fought in this relationship. Looking at this Wikipedia page, it says that while it failed to make any impact on the charts, it became Vega's first top 40 hit on the UK singles charts upon re-release in '86. It's gone on to become one of her best known tracks as well. The title refers to a German and American actress and singer Marlene Dietrich. There's been another song I want to say that referenced her, one that we had listened to at some point on this channel, but I could be wrong. Inspired by a poster of the actress, Vega said of the song, I was thinking, if Marlene really had the eyes that could see, if she was actually a sentient being instead of just a picture on my wall, what advice would she give me and what was to be seen? While Vega felt unsure about the song at first, considering it too private and obscure, her guitarist at the time, John Gordon, convinced her to keep the song as a show opener due to its upbeat nature. And it goes on from there. Chart information, Australia 39, Belgium 13, UK 21, and Ireland number 9. I think that this is a 5 out of 5 song, but maybe you differ. Differ away. In the comments below, thank you so much for watching. The Buy Me a Coffee is here if you want to support by sponsoring a song request. You can do so over there. I appreciate you all being here. Hopefully you enjoyed something out of this video, more specifically out of the music itself. Please swing on back by tomorrow. I don't know why this is my swing on back by tomorrow gesture, but thank you so much. Have a wonderful one. Bye, guys.